All right, what's going on today, YouTube? Welcome back to your favorite cyclist YouTube channel. This week, we're talking about this neat little floor pump from my friends over at Hycline. But before we get into today's video, if you're new to my channel, make sure you head down below, hit that subscribe button for me. If you already are subscribed, make sure you hit that bell icon right next to that. That way you get notified every time I upload. That way you don't miss any of this awesome cycling content on this channel. So like I said, today we're taking a look at this neat little floor pump from the guys over at Hycline. So they reached out to me, wanted to send me out their floor pump they just came out with, and I've had the same floor pump for close to 10 years now, and that's this good old guy right here, the Bontrager Charger. Works great, and honestly the reason I have this pump versus a lot of pumps is because at the time my road bike had 700 by 23 millimeter tires, so very skinny tires that liked a high pressure. I think I filled them like 100 or 110 psi, and this pump could do it. A lot of pumps were not able to do 110 psi at the time. Obviously, most bikes are past that now. We don't go to 110 psi very often, so I thought it's time, let's try something out a little bit different. So, this is the pump they sent me out, so it's a pretty cool, compact design. It's only, what is that? Maybe a little over, I'll give it a foot and a half. About a foot and a half long. Pretty nice. Your foot pegs actually fold up into here, so when you're ready to use it, you can unfold it like that, so it's nice and compact to use right there. You have a pretty decently long hose that is stuck in there pretty good. Pretty normal, honestly. It's pretty normal hose there. Has the gauge on there, which is always really nice. Gauge goes up to 160 psi. One thing I noticed while I was looking at it right now is it does have a little dark spot on there, kind of a blacked out area, and that's pretty much between, it looks to me between like 35 and 50 psi, which I have to say is kind of your normal pressure if you're riding kind of an everyday leisure bike. If you buy a bike in a big box store, 35 to 50 psi is going to be about what you want it to be at. So you kind of have that spot you're aiming for. That's kind of nice that that's just there. I will say Hycline also does make tires themselves. They're actually the ones that made the tires that are on the fat bike. I did a review on those a while ago. So kind of goes along with their tire, the main tires they manufacture, and that's kind of the range you would generally be looking for. It's kind of cool that's actually on there. Something that I wouldn't think of normally would be on a pump. So we do have our nozzle up here. It is a dual head here, so you have one slot for a Schrader valve, one slot for a Presta valve. We're gonna be testing both of those out today. And something that's a little bit different is this does have this little leash on here like that, and this has like your adapters on here. So it has one for a ball adapter, and it has two just kind of air nozzle adapters there, just different sizes that are kind of leashed onto it. Nothing wrong with that, but there is a hidden thing on this pump that makes me wonder why that's there, and that's that these ends on the pump handle right here, if you undo the release lever underneath, they pop out, and in there you have a air nozzle and a ball adapter. So just hidden inside the handle where there's normally nothing. On my other pump it's just empty. Kind of cool they use that as a little storage space in there, and it just clicks back in. Other side, I don't think. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's open the other side. Other side has nothing in it, but you could definitely put, you could put patches in there. You could put stuff in there. That's kind of neat. That's kind of cool. Patches, tubeless plug kit, whatever you got, you can fit in there, and it's just going to come along with you inside the handle. I like that. I like the little hidden storage inside the handle. They really thought about that. I wish more people did that. That's kind of cool, because this one doesn't have anything in there. So, it's got all that cool stuff to it. I kind of want to test this thing out. It's got a slimmer profile head, too, with the dual setup here versus, like, my Bontrager Charger here, the one I've been using for forever. The head has a different kind of profile to it. It's a lot slimmer of a design. And for this one, when you lock it on, you push it down is lock on, and up is release. So, kind of the opposite of what at least the Bontrager is. I've seen it both ways. It really doesn't matter. Just something to note there. So what we're going to do is I want to test this thing out. So, like I said, the reason I bought this pump 10 odd years ago was to fill road bike tires, because I couldn't get a pump that would pump them to that high of a pressure easily. So with this being kind of a smaller pump, we're going to test that out. So first thing we're going to do is try and fill up my road bike tire. These tires on here go to 80 psi. So we'll see if it can hit 80 psi. That's kind of normal for most people riding a road bike now. So if it can hit 80, we're pretty solid. If it hits 80 easily, we're pretty solid. If we really got to push for it, we'll see. But we're going to try and fill those up. Once we see what happens after that. We'll move on to like a low pressure tire, mountain bike tire. And we'll see if it can do the same thing for a mountain bike tire. If we can do both of those, maybe we'll try something weird. We'll try like my little mini BMX back there with the Schrader valves and see if this guy can actually fit onto those valves there. Right now, this pump, the head is too large on my Bontrager. Kind of makes a pain in the butt. Smaller head might help. So let's move over to the road bike. Let's try and fill that up to 80 PSI. So let all the air out and see what happens with this guy. All right, got the tire totally flat. Should have no air in there. Got a little foot pegs flip down. Let's see what happens here. So the top one is your Schrader valve. Bottom is your Presta. So we'll go ahead, put our Presta one on there, and we'll just close our lever. Okay, seems to locked on pretty good. And let's start pumping this guy. Handles are really small, but it's doing something weird right now. I don't know what it's doing. So, hooked up to the press that leaks out of the Schrader valve. Let's hook it up to a Schrader valve. So let's get the mini BMX bike over here and see if it leaks out the Presta. Huh. And there's nothing you could take apart either on here. So, that's not good. Okay, let's grab the mini BMX bike and see what happens for the Schrader valve. See if it works any different. Okay, so little BMX bike. So what I'm going to do, I'm not even going to let the pressure out. I want to see if we hook the Schrader valve one up, does it leak air out the Presta valve? That's what I want to know right now. These should be at 60 PSI already. I had them set last night, so we're going to hook up our Schrader valve. Okay, there's 60, so it does fill this up. It's not leaking out of the Schrader valve. Huh. Okay, so I don't know what's going on exactly. So Schrader valve works fine. Works great. Fills little BMX tires up to 60 PSI. Fits in those tight spots. So that's not the problem. The problem is the Presta valve side is like a seal is missing or something. I don't quite know. Because I've tried on multiple. I've tried it on multiple valves too, not just the road bike. Tried it on my mountain bike. And whenever you put it on and you latch it, so it latches so you can pump up, air comes rushing out the Schrader valve side. So it's like a seal in between there isn't working. I have no idea. So I looked through some reviews. I looked through other reviews of this guy, and I appear to be the only one having this problem. So I'm going to reach out to Hycline and just see if they know what might be going on before I, talk super bad about this pump. I had high hopes. This pump is really cool. I like it. It just needs to inflate Presta valves, and I'd be really happy. So let me reach out to them, and we will pick this up when they get back to me with what they think is going on with the pump here.
1 week later.
All right, so back with a new pump from Hycline. I reached out to them. They said that is a very rare thing to happen, for it not to seal up between the two. They said they have no idea what happened, but that's fine. So send me a new pump. Within a week, I had this in my mailbox, ready to try it again. So I'm excited to try it. We got the road bike here. We got with the Presta valve. That's where we had the biggest problem. If you guys don't remember, the Presta valve, when you tried to inflate it, it would leak out the Schrader side. So there's some seal or something missing in there. So 80 PSI. Let's hook this guy up, see if it works on the Presta valve. If it works on the Presta valve, we just got to test it on a Schrader valve. And if it works on both, I think we're in business with this kind of small pump here. So let's hook it up to the road bike, see what happens. All right, hook this up on Presta. Go, clamp it down. All right, see how she does. Okay, there's 40. There's 60. All right, there's 80. At about 80? Yeah, feels about right. There's 80. No air leaking. Sounds good. Okay. Are we holding at 80? Okay, we're holding at 80. That's a good thing. Okay. And if we just pop that off, okay, comes off pretty easy too. I mean, that seemed to work good on the Presta. Okay. Now let's go grab little BMX bike and let's hook it up to there and see it, make sure it works on the straighter. If it does, I think we're in business with the little pump. All right, little BMX bike. Get the straighter valve, pump up. Again, I like how it's on the top. So it's just, it doesn't go in very much. All right. All right, 30. 40. There's 60. Seems like it's sealed pretty good. Okay. Cool. I guess it was just a flaw in that one pump. Awesome. So then let's go. All right, pop that guy off. And we'll screw on our valve cap. Awesome. All right. Pump works good. Let's talk about it. So I like this thing. It works good. Like I said, it must have been a fluke, the one I got the first time that didn't work. But again, it worked great on straighter valves. It just wasn't the Presta valves. I like it. It's very compact and small. I like how the feet fold in. The handles, the bar, this actually comes off. If you don't remember that, this you can twist off and set that off to the side. And then you essentially have this as your pump. And it's really small. I like the form factor of it. Now, is it the ideal pump for pumping up high pressure tires? No, it's not the ideal one to use for that. Can you make it work? Yeah, I mean, I could get 80 PSI work and then 60 PSI work. It's definitely possible to do those. This is going to be a better, better high volume than a high pressure pump, but it's definitely doable. 80, you could definitely feel when you hit 80 that, yeah, it's taking a little bit more effort to pump that little bit, but it's, again, completely doable for the form factor of this little pump. Now, there is one thing I'm doing with this pump because I'm keeping this one. I like this thing a lot. It has the little collar here with the adapters on it to blow up, I don't know what you'd call them, blow up like an inner tube or something like that, like for pool toys, those kind of stuff. And then the needle for balls. I'm not going to take that. I cut that off. I just snipped it right off. Just not something I really use with this pump. Really easy to do. You just unscrewed this, slid it down, snipped it with a pair of little wire cutters, and there we go. I can keep this off to the side. Still completely usable with this, but it's out of the way. I don't have to worry about it jingling around, getting in the way of wheels. I don't have to worry about that at all. And that's great. And I still have a ball needle and one of these adapters in the handles that nobody knows about because it's just hidden in here. You can put a patch kit in here, probably gonna do that. You can put all sorts of stuff in this bar. Kind of cool that they have that set up that way. Like I said, most people don't even use these end caps here. I like that they use it. So, big thanks to Hycline for sending me out their pump. Again, they have this in the blue too. The blue is actually really cool. Or you just get the cool black. Black works as well. So, big thanks to them for sending it out so I can test it out, show you guys a cool pump. If you're interested in checking one out for yourselves, I'm going to have a link in the description down below. If you guys enjoyed the video or at least found it entertaining, give this video a big thumbs up. Appreciate the support. Any comments or questions, let me know down in the comment section below. Love talking to you guys. Love answering questions you guys have. And I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching today.